The truth about Jeff Dujon's life after cricket will surprise you more than any clickbait headline. You've probably seen those flashy headlines about Jeff Dujon's supposed luxury lifestyle and multi-million-dollar empire but let me tell you something that might shock you. The real story of this cricket legend is far more interesting than any made-up headline about mansions and millions. Today, we're diving deep into the true life of Jeffrey Dujon, the man who kept wicket for the greatest cricket team ever assembled, and what he's actually doing now that the gloves are off. Peter Jeffrey Leroy Dujon was born on May 28, 1956, in Kingston, Jamaica. But this isn't your typical rags-to-riches story that the internet loves to spin. Dujon's journey is something different entirely. While other cricket stories focus on dramatic poverty or incredible wealth, Dujon's tale is about consistency, skill, and finding purpose beyond the boundary rope. The man who would become one of cricket's finest wicket-keepers didn't start with dreams of millions. He started with a love for the game and an incredible natural talent that would make him legendary. Growing up in Jamaica during the 1960s and 1970s, Dujon attended Wolmer's schools, one of Jamaica's most prestigious institutions. This wasn't a story of a poor boy struggling to make it. This was about a talented young man who had opportunities and made the most of them. From an early age, Dujon showed exceptional athletic ability, but it was his quick reflexes and sharp mind that would set him apart behind the stumps. At Wolmer's, he wasn't just playing cricket, he was learning discipline, developing his character, and building the foundation for what would become a legendary career. The young Dujon was obsessed with perfection. While other kids were playing video games or hanging out, he was practicing his keeping drills for hours. He would set up stumps in his backyard and practice taking imaginary catches and stumpings until his hands were raw and his legs ached. His dedication was legendary even among his schoolmates, who would often find him practicing alone long after everyone else had gone home. This wasn't just talent, this was pure determination mixed with natural ability. He made his first-class debut in 1974 at just 18 years old, showing maturity and skill that belied his age. But what many people don't know is that Dujon almost didn't make it to that debut. Just weeks before his selection, he suffered a serious finger injury during a club match. The doctors told him he might never keep wicket again, but Dujon refused to accept the diagnosis. He spent weeks doing rehabilitation exercises, working with his hands in ice baths, and slowly rebuilding his strength. When he finally walked out for that first-class debut, his hands were still healing, but his spirit was unbreakable. The path to international cricket wasn't immediate for Dujon. He spent years honing his craft in domestic cricket, learning the nuances of wicket-keeping that would later make him indispensable to the West Indies team. During these formative years, he faced setbacks that would have broken lesser men. There were times when he was dropped from the Jamaica team, moments when critics questioned whether he was good enough for international cricket, and periods when he doubted himself. But each setback only made him more determined. One particular incident in 1979 almost ended his career before it truly began. During a Shell Shield match, Dujon missed a crucial stumping that cost Jamaica the match. The local newspapers were brutal, calling him Butterfingers and suggesting he should give up keeping wicket. Some fans even booed him when he walked out to bat. That night, Dujon sat in his hotel room seriously considering quitting cricket altogether. But then he remembered his mother's words, "Son, champions aren't made when everything goes right. They're made when everything goes wrong. And they still find a way to get back up." His Test debut came in 1981 against England at Lord's, and from that moment, he became an integral part of what many consider the greatest cricket team ever assembled. But here's what makes Dujon's story fascinating. He wasn't just a wicket-keeper, he was a genuine all-rounder who could bat, keep wicket brilliantly, and read the game like few others. His first Test match was a masterclass in composure under pressure. Walking out at Lord's, the home of cricket, with the weight of Caribbean expectations on his shoulders, Dujon felt his hands shaking as he put on the gloves. The 1980s were the golden era of West Indies cricket, and Dujon was right at the heart of it. Playing alongside legends like Viv Richards, Clive Lloyd, Malcolm Marshall and Michael Holding, Dujon was the silent guardian behind the stumps. While the fast bowlers got the headlines and the batsmen got the glory, Dujon was the man who tied it all together. His keeping was athletic, spectacular, and reliable. He took catches that defied physics, and completed stumpings that happened in the blink of an eye. What made Dujon special wasn't just his technique, it was his cricket brain. He could read batsmen like a book, anticipating their moves before they even knew what they were going to do. Viv Richards once said that having Dujon behind the stumps was like having a chess grandmaster on the field. He didn't just react to the game, he helped shape. His communication with the bowlers was legendary. A subtle gesture, a quiet word, a change in position, Dujon was constantly thinking 3 moves ahead. The pressure of keeping wicket for the West Indies in the 1980s was immense. Every mistake was magnified, every success was expected. Dujon later revealed that he used to throw up before every match due to nerves, but once he put on the gloves, he transformed into a different person, cool, calculated and utterly reliable. His teammates knew they could count on him, and that confidence spread throughout the team. During his 19-year career, Dujon played 200 first-class matches for Jamaica and the West Indies. He scored nearly 10,000 runs at an average that showed he was much more than just a wicket-keeper. In Test cricket, he played 81 matches, took 267 catches, and made 5 stumpings. He also scored 3,322 runs at 31.94, with 500. These numbers tell the story of a complete cricketer, not just a specialist keeper. Dujon was named Wisden Cricketer of the Year in 1989, recognition of his outstanding contribution to the game. The West Indies team of the 1980s was more than just a cricket team. It was a symbol of Caribbean excellence and pride. Dujon understood this responsibility deeply. He wasn't playing just for personal glory or money. He was representing an entire region, carrying the hopes and dreams of millions of people across the Caribbean. This pressure could have crushed a lesser man, but Dujon thrived under it. His calm demeanor behind the stumps was legendary, and his ability to perform in crucial moments made him invaluable to the team's success. Wicket-keeping is physically demanding, requiring split-second reflexes, incredible fitness and mental sharpness. Yet Dujon maintained his high standards throughout his career, adapting his game as he aged, and continuing to contribute meaningfully to the team. His career spanned from 1981 to 1991, a period during which he was consistently one of the world's best wicket-keepers. The 1983 Cricket World Cup was a defining moment in Dujon's career. The West Indies reached the final, where they faced India at Lord's. Despite being heavy favourites, the West Indies lost in one of cricket's greatest upsets. Dujon played his part in getting the team to the final, but the defeat was heartbreaking. What most people don't know is that Dujon had been playing with a broken finger for most of the tournament. He had suffered the injury during the group stage, but refused to tell anyone because he didn't want to let the team down. The loss affected Dujon deeply. He spent weeks analyzing what went wrong, studying footage of the match, and questioning his own performance. Some of his teammates moved on quickly, but Dujon couldn't let it go. This defeat taught him valuable lessons about humility and resilience that would serve him well in his post-cricket life. It showed that even the greatest teams can fall, and that cricket, like life, doesn't always follow the script. More importantly, it taught him that how you respond to defeat defines you more than how you celebrate victory. As his playing career wound down in the early 1990s, Dujon faced the challenge that confronts all professional athletes: what to do next. The transition wasn't easy. For nearly 2 decades, his identity had been built around being a cricket player. Suddenly, that was gone. He went through what many retired athletes experience: a period of depression, confusion, and searching for purpose. Dujon later admitted that the first year after retirement was the hardest year of his life. He felt lost, unsure of his place in the world. But unlike some of his contemporaries who struggled with the transition from playing to retirement, Dujon eventually found his calling in commentary and analysis. The journey to the commentary box wasn't immediate. He first tried his hand at coaching, working with young wicket-keepers in Jamaica. He also attempted some business ventures, including a small sports equipment shop in Kingston. While these experiences didn't make him wealthy, they taught him valuable lessons about life outside cricket, and helped him discover his true passion for sharing knowledge about the game. The breakthrough came when a local radio station asked him to provide expert commentary during a test match. Dujon was nervous, unsure if he could articulate his thoughts clearly enough for radio audiences, but something magical happened when he started speaking about cricket. His deep understanding of the game, combined with his articulate speaking style and natural charisma, made him a natural fit for television and radio commentary. The transition from player to commentator wasn't without its challenges. Dujon had to learn new skills, understand the technical aspects of broadcasting, and develop his ability to explain complex cricket concepts to audiences who might not have his level of expertise. He spent hours studying broadcasting techniques, working with voice coaches, and practicing his delivery. There were embarrassing moments in the early days, microphones that didn't work, technical difficulties, and times when he stumbled over his work. But his intelligence and dedication, the same qualities that made him successful as a player, helped him excel in this new role. He approached commentary with the same meticulous preparation he had brought to Wicket-Keeper. He studied players' statistics, analyzed their techniques, and developed insights that only someone with his experience could provide. His colleagues in the commentary box were impressed by his work ethic and his ability to break down complex situations in simple terms. Dujon's commentary style became known for its honesty and insight. He wasn't afraid to criticize players when they made mistakes, but he always did so constructively. He remembered what it felt like to be under pressure, to make mistakes in front of thousands of spectators, and he brought that empathy to his analysis. Young players appreciated his balanced approach, while veteran fans respected his knowledge and experience. He became a respected voice in cricket commentary, known for his insightful analysis and ability to break down the game in ways that both experts and casual fans could understand. Today in 2025, Jeff Dujon continues to work as a cricket commentator, bringing his expertise and experience to new generations of cricket fans. He's not living in some fantasy mansion or flaunting millions of dollars, because that's not who he is. Dujon has always been a man of substance over style, more interested in the quality of his work than the quantity of his possessions. His lifestyle reflects this philosophy: comfortable, dignified, and focused on what truly matters. The reality is that Dujon lives in a modest but comfortable home in Kingston, drives a practical car, and finds joy in simple pleasures like spending time with his family, reading about cricket history, and mentoring young players. He's involved in several cricket development programs across the Caribbean, often working for free because he believes in giving back to the game that gave him so much. His days are filled with preparation for commentary assignments, studying match footage, and staying current with cricket trends and developments. What sets Dujon apart from many former athletes is his contentment with his current life. He's not chasing endorsement deals or trying to leverage his fame for financial gain. He's found genuine satisfaction in his work as a commentator and in his contributions to cricket development. This contentment comes from understanding that true success isn't measured in material possessions, but in the impact you have and the respect you earn. The reality of Dujon's financial situation is probably more modest than those clickbait headlines suggest. Cricket salaries in the 1980s and 1990s were significantly lower than today's contracts. While Dujon was well compensated for his time, he wasn't earning the multi-million-dollar salaries that today's top players command. His current income comes from commentary work, occasional coaching assignments, and possibly some investments, but there's no evidence of any vast business empire or luxury lifestyle. What Dujon does have is something far more valuable than money. Throughout the cricket world, he's remembered not just as a skilled player, but as a gentleman of the game. His colleagues speak of his professionalism, his younger players remember his mentorship, and fans appreciate his honest, insightful commentary. His respect has opened doors for him in the broadcasting world, and created opportunities that have sustained him financially while allowing him to stay connected to the game he loves. Dujon's approach to life after cricket offers valuable lessons for current players and anyone facing career transitions. He didn't chase get-rich-quick schemes or try to capitalize on his fame in questionable ways. Instead, he leveraged his expertise and knowledge to build a sustainable career in media. He understood that his value wasn't just in his past achievements, but in his ongoing ability to contribute to cricket through his analysis and commentary. The man who once stood behind the stumps for the mighty West Indies now sits in commentary boxes, sharing his knowledge and passion for cricket with audiences around the world. His voice carries the authority of someone who has been there, done that, and earned the right to speak about the game at the highest level. When Dujon talks about wicket-keeping techniques, field placements, or the mental aspects of cricket, people listen because they know he's speaking from experience. In a world obsessed with social media fame and instant wealth, Dujon represents something different: the value of expertise, experience, and integrity. He's not trying to build a brand or create viral content. He's simply doing what he's always done, contributing to cricket in a meaningful way. His commentary work helps educate fans, his insights help viewers understand the game better, and his presence in the media helps maintain the connection between cricket's golden past and its evolving future. The real Jeff Dujon story isn't about luxury cars or expensive watches. It's about a man who found his passion early, excelled at it through dedication and hard work, and then found a way to continue contributing to that passion even after his playing days were over. It's about understanding that true success isn't measured in dollars and cents, but in the impact you have and the respect you earn. That's the real story of Jeff Dujon, not the fantasy headlines, but the authentic journey of a cricket legend who continues to enrich the game long after his playing days have ended. It's a story worth telling, not because it's sensational, but because it's real. Subscribe to discover the real stories behind cricket legends. No clickbait, just